I'll be honest, I haven't really had anything to say recently about Save the World, and I think that that's a good thing. Usually when I come on and I talk about Save the World, it's probably going to be something bad, but I haven't had to say anything for the past couple weeks, and that's mainly because Save the World's been in a really good spot, I'm not gonna lie. In the span of 3 weeks, they kind of just changed the game entirely. I don't even know how they did that. To basically sum it up, they just basically made the missions much better, and you have a much higher incentive to run them. There is maybe a few missions that you would run maybe like in a day, because usually the whole week of missions used to be trash. Like you used to only get like one Vbucks mission every once in a blue moon, and then one legendary survivor once in a blue moon, you know what I'm saying? And then on like a 0% chance you'll probably get a mythic if you need those, you know what I'm saying? I don't need that, so I ain't gonna, because most of the year has, what is it called, Mutant Storms or mini boss season. Is one of them, the one that has terrible rewards where you basically only get blue things and Twine Peaks. It's stuff like that that will really just make people log on just to get their dailies and then log back off. Since they changed it, it's a lot better now, and this was one of my complaints, the fact that the missions or the things that you have in your dailies is kind of pointless to do them because the missions don't incentivize you enough to even go out and play it. And I think that they finally decided to take the community's advice and make the missions a whole lot better. Back then, encampment missions only gave you like survivor XP or something, like we really need that. But now they can give you legendary survivors, all that stuff. Now encampment missions are probably, it was already the funnest mission to play in the game, but now it's a lot better because you can genuinely be getting something that you need. And I say all this to say, to shorten it up, that the game is in a really good spot right now, and there's not much I can say about it. They made the missions a whole lot better, which incentivizes people to play more instead of just logging in and getting their Vbucks or whatever, because that's exactly what I used to do. I just used to log in, get my dailies, and then get my daily login rewards. See, that's something different. I ain't even, and then just get off. And in game, they try to incentivize you to continue playing by giving you weekly superchargers, but because the missions had a high chance of being bad as is, the 160s basically had no choice but to be bad as well. You really only be running them just to get you some perk up or some reperk. You only needed to run like one mission for maybe evolution materials. You don't need to do all that stuff no more because the missions are just better. But we do have a problem, and I think you can see from the footage that I'm showing on the screen, is that people they're basically doing the door glitch but with floors now. I feel like, considering all the stuff that they've just added into the game to make it better, I just don't think that we need to be doing stuff like this. On one hand, I would love to be with y'all and rag on Epic Games about being terrible at making updates for Save the World, but when they actually do something pretty good, we just come out with things like this, and it just completely ruins the fun of even playing a mission in the first place. What's the point of me even gathering materials and trapping stuff up if I'm just gonna be able to jail all my stuff? And at one point I was like, this doesn't even do anything to smashers, but if you could see from the footage that I got here, it does affect smashers. I didn't even know that. I thought it just only affect normal zombies and not the smashers, but it does the smashers as well. And I'm not gonna lie, the smashers are the most challenging things in the game. So if they're broken, then how the hell, then what purpose does it even serve? And this is hilarious because I actually increased the difficulty to maximum before we even started the mission. So before I even knew it, I was already trapping up the mission, doing whatever I felt like doing, because that's probably one of the most fun things to do in the game, which is just to trap up. And then when you're finished trapping up, you're trapping this by yourself maybe or whatever, and then your teammates come and then they just do an exploit and it makes all your traps null and void. And now I'm like, damn, I just wasted all my materials. But at the same time, I'm not really wasting them if I could just go into the next game and do what they just showed me. Now I'm trying to figure out what all the 160s would be like if people just start jailing up all their stuff. I think that's what it reminds me of. And this is interesting because back then I actually used to be with the players on this one. I used to be like, yo, y'all should allow the players to jail because the game gets kind of, you know what I'm saying, kind of get difficult, you know what I'm saying? Like, let's say you're doing an endurance or something, jail bills is basically your best bet. You don't want to have to continuously try and kill stuff through the waves because eventually your stuff just gonna become ineffective. Like, come on now, everybody knows this. So jailing your stuff up in an endurance or something like that, I feel like it made sense. It benefited the players a lot, but I'll be honest, even with those jail bills, you can still get your junk shredded up by lobbers and flingers. Especially now, considering the fact that flingers can throw bigger husks. These dudes be carrying riot shields. He throwing a nurse up there. That girl gonna heal everybody. But now, I think since I've been playing the game for a while and I'm trying to be more objective with any of the criticisms that I put out, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not on the player's side on this one. Because it just removes basically any incentive to play the game as well. And they already kind of fixed the majority of the problems with the missions. Now that the missions are good, we should be able to just go in here and enjoy what we have now. Because the game, I feel like it's balanced. It's in the best state it's honestly ever been in. And that's crazy. I think more than anything, if I'm going to end this video off, I do have to give praises to developers on this one. Because the game is in a really, really good spot. And honestly, because I've been making so many videos that are negative about SaveTheWorld, I feel like I should come on and be honest with y'all and say, like, the game is in a really good spot right now. Like, damn. Ventures, I'm enjoying this venture season a lot more than last season as well. I think that's mainly because I'm playing in the beginning of the season, so I'm able to find teammates in almost any mission that I run. And even if I don't find teammates, I have experience with solo missions. Chances are I'll just queue up a mission anyway, and then people will just join because they see that I'm doing it and they need to do it too. You know, because one thing about it is you need so much XP that we really can't pick and choose what mission we try to do. You know what I'm saying? So like, I just be going in and doing whatever, and I'll still have people join me. And I think that's because I'm joining in towards the beginning of the season, you know. And I've got to be honest, considering my last video, I think I've just been frustrated with playing by myself. So I think I have a solution to that now, which is just playing in the beginning of the season, but also to let y'all know that I'll start streaming SaveTheWorld on Twitch. So if you want to see me play Ventures or play 160s, etc., on SaveTheWorld, you can catch me live on Twitch. I don't know when I'm gonna be streaming. Usually I stream another game, but that game is struggling right now. It's on its last legs, I'm not gonna lie. But hey, since SaveTheWorld is basically the next game that I play a lot, I feel like I should just start streaming that as well. And SaveTheWorld is so laid back, you don't really need to do much, and I think that's why I like it so much. It's super cool, super chill. And I think that's what I'm going to bring to my streams now. Because usually I'm very, very energetic. But SaveTheWorld is the polar opposite. This is me at my most mellow state. So, TLDR, I'm going to be streaming live on Twitch. The link will be in the description. And also, last things before I end the video, I'm not going to be doing giveaways or giving away any of my traps. None of that stuff. We're not gonna be doing any of that there. We're just coming here to play, and that's it. It's not gonna be that big of a deal. We just come here and talk about SaveTheWorld, some stupid stuff. It's not that big of a deal. Like, come on now. If you need traps, just play the game. I promise you, you'll get whatever you need in the game in due time. Enjoy the process. Enjoy the grind. This is the best SaveTheWorld has ever been in like years, probably. They still do need to add mobility though, I ain't gonna lie.